Hello everyone, I am hoping you are all having a great time, fantastic weekend. Today I'm gonna review another bot for you as requested through polls. It is called CyNeron EA MT4. Now as you can see from the name, this is quite similar to robot that we reviewed previously called CyNeron EA. So the same creator made another robot which is the functionality is quite similar. It trades on gold, it has only single shot trade. Each trade is protected by stop loss and take profit. It also using trading stop loss. However, what differentiates this robot from the other one from CyNeron is the performance and a bit of tweaks in the algorithm. So each trade we have a wide stop loss in comparing to the entry price. Now this robot claim it uses artificial intelligence, which is kinda true according to the performance that he put it into the live signal. So the EA seemed to be using some sort of AI from open AI sources, and it uses artificial intelligence to determine the price of any or the price of the gold, whether it is a buy or it is a sell. The time frame is 30 minutes and low latency is not required. We will have a backtest at the end of the video, and we have a live account or the live signal. You can start this with minimum 500. EA does not use grid and martingale. Each trade has a stop loss, take profit, and trailing stop loss. Now, one thing I really like about this creator or the seller, he has quite unique features and robots in his portfolio. And what basically he's telling you that this is a robot that uses AI into a revolutionary trading approach. So this new approach using artificial intelligence to detect a simple or sample of market condition, and then it processes it in real time to determine whether this is a buy or sell using neural network and processing large data from sources, from third sources usually. So it is simply just telling you this is an AI on real time. This is simple as possible. And you can see he telling you that you need to or you can use it $200 US. However, I would recommend you try 500 at least to gain some profit at the end of the month. And as you see, the price of robot is 999 USD, and people are purchasing it like crazy. Many people are paying large amount of money to test this EA into the real account. If you want to purchase from us, you're only gonna have to pay 35 USD in comparing to that amount of money. So you can see the core CyNeron power is basically AI driven. We have neural network, it adopts multi-strategy framework. So what it mean, it depends on the employee breakout. That means usually whenever we have a breakout, the EA might try to get into position, and then it will be retracement, and sometimes it will follow the trend depending on the opportunity that the chart is providing. So this is very sophisticated robot accordingly, and it is easy to install. It is just like that. You need to enter some links into web request and everything should be ready. You can see the risk management. We have a fixed stop loss. So the stop loss I believe is almost 10% per each one. I know this is, some people will say that this is too much. Yes, I agree with you, but the accuracy of robot is too much, which is good. If you go back to the reviews, some people are giving him a positive review. I know we have many comments in the description, so the seller seemed to be supportive to his customer. Now if we go back to the live signal, what I really like about this guy or this girl, he put his own money into the trading, which is something you rarely find. That means he has the confidence to put 1000 into this robot, and he made 119 gain with only 7% drawdown. Now is this possible? This will continue in the future to have a zero loss trade? I don't think that will be the case. We will have some losing trade. Perhaps the accuracy will be 90, maybe 95%, but you can see the profit for EA is quite good. The average holding time is only 6 hours, so it is a scalper, which is good at enter, or we can call it a day trader or whatever you want to call it. He started on October with 7% gain, and then we we have November 88%. This was the peak performance for this EA. On December, we have a bit slow trading because of the holidays, the Christmas and everything. So I believe this robot also has some filters for news and Christmas or holiday. So it makes sure it only trade when the market is highly volatile. Now you can see the drawdown. We have basically 4% here. That means our stop loss is wide to 10% at least. What I would do usually for this type of robot, I would say whenever I made a profit of 1000 plus US dollar, what I would do, I would try to withdraw all my capital and then let the profit work for me. This is something I do in many EAs. So whenever something happens, you will not be surprised. Now we don't have much trade, but you can see the EA trade maybe 5 to 6 trade per month, which is not that much, but the accuracy is high. And you can see the swap. What that mean? That means the EA is waiting for some time, and this what happened, the swap will increase. Now you can see the EA he started bit high risk, starting with 0.20 for 1000 on lot size to the gold. I think is a bit too much. What I would recommend is to have a lower, maybe 1.11. This would be much better. But he made all this through it, and he made a considerably amount of profit. And for the statistic, unfortunately, we cannot really depend on this because we don't have that much. And latest trade was 25 days ago. And I will go and just show you what the EA is look like, and then I will backtest it. Now, what we have here is quite similar to CyNeron EA, and you have to input all of the web link into web request, or all the link associated with this robot to the web request. What we have here, just a default setting, quite similar. So we have Proform section. If you are going to use this to your Proform on live account, not passing the challenges, this might work for you. Recovery, I would not recommend it. News filter, yes, I would always put it on. And then you have the money management. So what you have here, the trading mode, I would say mid is better. And then turbo mode, I would recommend that you enable this because this is something seems to be most profitable in my own experience with this robot. Now the risk is 9, so maybe you can reduce it to perhaps 5 or something like that. Or if you want to use, you can turn it off and use manual lot size to make sure you control everything. And then you just click on OK. You will have a dashboard telling you that EA is installed, and then you have this nice color and line and rectangular. You're just gonna let everything in default. Now I'm gonna backtest this for you. However, it will take a bit of time, so I don't know, perhaps maybe tomorrow I will come back and see if this is finalized or not. So I'm gonna let everything in default. It will be high. Turbo mode is gonna be disabled, everything as default, and I will start with 1000 US dollar only. And as you can see, we have one trade. Let me just pause it down. So what we have here, this is because the trading mode is a bit high. It's telling you that the EA can open up to 5 trades. Now remember, you can adjust this to make it only 1. And what we have here, we have buy and then we have a stop loss. So if you compare it, you can see the stop loss is quite wide, and in comparing to take profit. So let us see what will happen in this scenario. And the EA will open trade if the price reverses to other direction, I believe. So it can open up to 5 trades. Now we will just see what will happen to this trade. Now as you can see, the price is reverses back to the entry point, and then it will start using trailing stop loss to close one trade, at least to minimize the risk of drawdown, which is good approach to be honest. However, we still have one trade in stop loss, so we will see what happens. And now finally the trade hit take profit after quite some time. So what will happen, basically this is the EA. You can see it follow the trend. We have a buy here, we have a buy, then we have another buy. So EA follow the trend, and it is simply as that, and also have some algorithm and filter to have accurate entry point. Now what I will do, I will skip this and we will check on the graph. Once this is finalized and completed, I will give you my review and my rating for this EA. So guys, finally the backtest has completed and it took a bit of time. However, we can see from 1,000 to 20,000 US dollar it hit on a backtest only a few months. Now this is a high risk setting. I will not recommend it. Is this possible? Yes, maybe it could be possible, but it will be a risky. You can see we have a few drawdown here, and I believe we have some losing trade as well. So not all of them will hit profit, and you can see on average whenever it hit take profit, you can see 264 USD, while whenever it hit the stop loss you have this multiple by 5. So that's why it is a bit risky when it hit a stop loss, but the accuracy of this robot is high, as we have seen on live signal as well. So the data quality is almost 70%, which is good, and the drawdown you can see 18%. So that means each trade is set to hit 20% loss or stop loss. This is the percentage that we have, and the accuracy meaning is almost 98% or maybe 97 accuracy of winning trade, while we have 2 or 3% losing trade, and the maximal drawdown which you need to focus is this one is 20%. So on the average the profit factor is high, and it has only 72 trades for 5 or 4 months, and this is the high risk setting. As usually we have pro and cons. On the advantage we have live signal for at least 3 months, and the EA is free of martingale and grid, which is good, and the average holding time is only 6 hours. On the contrary, we have the disadvantage where the stop loss is set to 20% per each trade. So if you have 3 streak of losses, that means you will probably blow up all your account. So is this scenario possible? Yes, the EA could give you streak of losses. You cannot really predict that it will give you the winning streak all the time. And of course, we need more data at least to have a 1 year to give us a full picture. So in my opinion, the EA is good. It uses AI and it is a scalper. You know, this artificial intelligence approach is quite interesting that appeared in this few last years. However, I think the rating for this EA, I'm gonna be fair and I will give it 3.7 out of 5. I believe this is the fair rate for this robot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As usually, thank you for watching.